Good morning, year fours, and welcome to Monday's maths lesson. So this week we are going to continue learning about the area of a shape. So today's learning objective is to compare area. So your success criteria are to measure the area of rectilinear shapes, identify bigger and smaller areas, order the area by size, and explain through reasoning. So to begin with, we will do our math starter. So the starter today is to find the perimeter of these shapes. So don't get confused because we have been looking at area. So think about what perimeter means and then calculate the perimeter and write your answers on a piece of paper. Okay, well done. So let's go through the answers together. So for this first shape, we've got a square, and we know that finding the perimeter of a shape is to measure the outline of a shape. An area is the inside. So if one side of the square is 9, we know that all the other sides of the square is going to be 9 as well. So this will be 9 centimeters, this will be 9 centimeters, and this will be 9 centimeters. So we can go 9 times 4 equals 36. So therefore, P equals 36 centimeters. Okay, in this one, we had a rectangle. So we know that the opposite sides of a rectangle are the same. So we've got 1 centimeter on this side and 6 centimeters on this side. And if we add those all together, we've got 6 plus 6 is 12, 13, 14. So P equals 14 centimeters. In the last one, we've also got 2 squares and one side is 8. So that means all the other sides are going to be 8 as well. So we know that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sides. So we could say 8 times 8, which equals 64. Therefore, P equals 64 centimeters. Okay, perfect. So your big question today is calculate the area, which has a greater area. So which of these shapes has got a greater area? So pause the video and see if you can find the one with the greater area. Okay, well done. So let's have a look. So remember to calculate the area of a shape, we need to count the squares. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares here. So for this one, we can say area equals 5 centimeter squares. This one, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this area is 7 centimeter squares. Okay, so from that, we can say that this shape is the bigger area, the greater area. Okay, so we need to put a symbol in the middle to show that. So if we look at these, what do these symbols represent? So just pause the video and have a think if you can remember what they mean. Okay, so this one is the obvious one. This is the equal sign. So if something equals the same, you will have an equal sign in the middle. So 5 equals 5. Both numbers are the same. Okay, now these signs are greater than and less than signs. And the bigger number will always be on the open side of the symbol. So if we look at this one, we could have 2 numbers, which is 5, and let's choose 3. And 5 is the greater number, so the open side must go to 5. And then if we had 3 and 5 this way, the open number, the open side must also go to the greater number. So this shows that 3 is smaller than 5. So all you need to do is remember that the open side goes to the greater number. So if we had to put a symbol here, we could have the sign directed at the greater shape. The open side is directed at the greater shape. Okay, so today we're going to be comparing different areas. So we're going to have to count the area of each shape, decide which one is the greater or which one is the smaller, and we're going to need to use the symbol to help us show that. So if we have a look at this one, we can see that this area is 4 centimeter squares. So I just need to count those ones. So I can see that this area equals 4 centimeter squares. In this one, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 squares. And that is repeating 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So I can go 4 times 4 equals 16. Therefore, this area equals 16 centimeter squares. Okay, now I can see that this area is the bigger area. So the symbol I'm going to use is this one, with the open side going towards the bigger one. And then if I had to put that answer into a sentence, I can say the area of shape A, so this area of shape A is smaller than shape B. Okay, so that is showing that area A is smaller than area B, which is what we've shown by this sign as well. Okay, so now I'd like you to have a go at this one. So pause the video and count these squares or calculate them using multiplication, and then see if you can put the symbol in between the shapes and write the answer sentence. Okay, so let's count the squares first. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we've got 8 squares, and we've got 2 rows of 8. So we can do 8 times 2 equals 16. So area equals 16 centimeter squares. Okay, and then we've got shape B. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is repeating 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Therefore, the area equals 16 centimeter squares. 4 times 4 is 16. Okay, so now we can see that both of these shapes have the same area. So the sign to go in the middle will be the equal sign, because both areas are the same. Okay, and then your sentence will say the area of shape A is equal to shape B. Okay, so sometimes the shape can look different, but it can have the same area. So don't always guess because it might look bigger or look smaller. It is really important to count the squares because sometimes the shape can look different but have the same area. Okay, now I'd like you to have a go at this one. So count the area of shape A and B, and then put a sign between the two, and then answer the answer sentence as well. Okay, perfect. So these shapes are rectilinear shapes, so we can't always use multiplication that easily as we were doing before, but we can also split the shapes up into different shapes. Okay, however, with this one, it's quite easy just to count the squares. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this area is 6 centimeter squares. Number B, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this area equals 8 centimeter squares. Okay, so then to write that down, we can say that shape B, we just write the number B, is greater than shape A. Okay, because the open side is going towards B. We know that B is bigger because 8 is bigger than 6. And then our sentence can say the area of shape A is smaller than shape B. Okay, let's have a go at one more. Okay, so have a look at those, calculate the area, and put a symbol between the two and complete the sentence. Okay, so if we calculate the first one, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The area of this shape equals 8 centimeter squares. In the area of this shape, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This area equals 7 centimeter squares. Okay, so we can see that this one is bigger. So that symbol needs to go in the middle, because the open side is pointing towards the bigger shape. And then the sentence will say, the area of shape A, so we'll call this one A, is greater than shape B. Okay, excellent. So what you need to do now is your activity is going to be on teams. So you're going to be comparing pictures of area and telling me which one is greater and which one is smaller. So remember that you need to count the area of the shapes first and then compare. Don't guess based on its size, because like we saw earlier, sometimes they can be the same. So what I'd like you to do now is go onto Teams, complete the quiz. And it's really important that you do complete the quiz so that I can see that you are engaging in the activity and that you have watched this video today. So have fun and good luck, and we'll see you tomorrow.